Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Lavin, and today in this video I will be sharing you few things I do when preparing for an exam the day before. And I do this almost every single time, so it's not like something rare which happens. So it happens every now and then, very often, almost every time. So what actually happens is people around me never actually trust me when I say I didn't prepare for the exam, when I'm actually attending to actually write the exam. And I kind of get it, because the marks I get are in such a range where if someone didn't study for the exam will not be able to get them. So in a way I can understand their thing, but before you think, I don't really top the class. I just get good marks, which basically someone who didn't study will not be able to get. So before we go further into the video, I just want to say this, a disclaimer, that if you're watching this video just the day before of your exam and you're trying to find a magical way to prepare for the exam by watching my videos, then sorry to say this, but it's not going to help you in any way. I would highly suggest you to go and study instead of watching videos on YouTube. Sincere advice. But if you still manage to watch this video completely, then be sure to let me know through the comments or through my Instagram, which is linked in the description, by the way. So coming to the video, how do I manage to get good marks even though just studying in the last moments of the exam? So the straight away answer would be, I listen to the classes very carefully. When the teacher is explaining the stuff or explaining the topic which will come in the exam, I pay my full attention there and listen to it. So this is the key part in the whole video. If you do this one like properly, you know, more than half of your preparation for the exam is done already, and you don't have to do any extra hard work to get good score. And I know this sounds very simple, and you might think, is that simple? And yes, indeed it is. It is very simple. You just have to pay your full attention, and paying full attention is not something easy unless until you are like calm, relaxed, and your mind is in your own control without like going anywhere else and thinking something else, you know. I hope you get it, what I mean. So this is the major step you have to do, and if you do this, as I said, more than half of your preparation is done. And while doing this, the other small thing you have to keep in mind is that you have to note down the sources which you can refer in the time of exam. So it could be the PDF given by your teacher or your textbooks or something you did note down during the class, or you can ask your friend for his notes or her notes and basically use them as your source to prepare. So you have to note down all the sources you have, and I don't mean everything. So you have to choose few sources wisely. You don't have to like get all the sources which are available for you, and then in the last moment, since it's like just one day, you can't go through everything. So you have to like only have a few things there which you can actually revise the day before. And remember, if you get issued a homework during your class, so I would highly recommend you to do it, and do it by yourself without like copying it from anyone else. I would suggest you to do it by yourself and solve the questions, problems, like the whatever thing is given, you have to do it on your own. By doing this, you don't really have to put some extra time into it. At the same time, you'll have a lot of free time available to do something else which you are interested in without losing the grip on your subject. So these are the few things which you have to do on a regular basis until the day before of your exam. So in the last day, you just have to open the sources you have collected and start going through them. And I bet if you have followed my tips, the 3 things I mentioned earlier, you don't even have to go through your sources more than once. So if you just go through them once, you'll start remembering everything, and you don't really have to put a lot of effort into it for studying. And remember, this won't get you full out of full marks. This will just get you a good score where nobody will be complaining that you got low score or something, and you'll be having plenty of free time so that you can do something of your own interest other than just studying the whole time. And so this is basically how I prepare for my exams, and I do manage to get around 80 to 95% of the score. And I know this is a big gap in between. That's because I don't really follow these steps all the time. So I don't really listen to the classes sometimes, so my score of course drops down. So if you follow it properly, you'll get maximum out of it. I'm not saying you'll get 80% exactly or 90% exactly. It depends on how attentive you were during the class and how much you were able to grab. So before ending this video, I would like to give you a few bonus tips, like stay calm when you are actually attending the exam. And the second one is, do not try to read stuff and try to remember them just before the exam, so that you will be able to write down whatever you remember. I am pretty sure that than remembering the stuff you just read, you will even forget what you actually prepared. So it's a very risky move, and I would say you don't do that. So this is what I wanted to share you. This is my experience. I've learned and I've tried this since my childhood. I have never studied like a nerd, like studying every single day, doing everything. I even skip few homeworks sometimes and do it in the last day before, like just before the submission date and stuff. So that's how I've been, and I think it might even help few of you guys if you are trying to have some extra time for your other interests. And that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in another one. Till then, take care. See ya.